Hello everybody, Brian here for quantlabs.net. Today we are going to talk about on Monday, June 17th, 1:07 p.m. my time, New York time, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so let's worry and wonder about our favorite cryptocurrency coins that you seem to care about. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP, the top four biggest crypto coins out there. They've had a wild ride. Also, just wanted to let you know we'll be doing a topic on this tomorrow night at 7 p.m. my time. Details here at the blog post of a Zoom meeting with a colon. Ask me anything on Elite or Analytics. So we can easily talk about the capabilities of both services. So moving on to there. This time I have loaded up my charts. Hooray, 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 because I try to do that. So these are generated within the last half hour. And these are 7-day views. So let's check out some of the concerns we have here about cryptocurrency. They did hit quite the wild ride, so we'll start with Bitcoin here. You can see here on June 15th, 2 days ago, we had a nice set of moves up. And on the other hand, this is the problem with Bitcoin. We have these big down moves along here, which we just had one. They're pretty substantial, but here's what it does to the price. On the Fibonacci levels, we always talk about, so again, this is for the last 7 days. Okay, so we've established the 500 level. We've talked about enough with the 618 entry potential does get through that 786, and then guess what? Doesn't quite hit the 1 level, but as I predicted, it was going to bounce around between the 786 and 1 level. So that seems to be usually the pattern that I see. Not as predictable, but it still kind of does it within that range nonetheless. Then I decided, you know what, let's start focusing on other big coins. Similar pattern here I've talked about. Timing's pretty similar. Gets through that 618. Here is your profit on the 786. And then once again, guess what it does? Hits the 1 and it oscillates between those two. And that's on Ethereum. So you can see the pattern works for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it's fairly predictable. Hang on, let me just make sure that was the right one. Yeah, okay. So now we're going to talk about Bitcoin. I don't know if you read the article from Bloomberg about how Litecoin has outperformed Bitcoin, and it has. But then when you look at the Fibonacci levels, this is a lot more unpredictable. Litecoin has been a really good one up until mid-April, but yet it's still, I mean, we have the same pattern here and here, but then it quickly drops off. Not able to sustain the volume and price level that you would expect out of Ethereum and Bitcoin. I think the two big things that are going for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin is just, well, it's just Bitcoin. Ethereum, there's a lot of hype on Ethereum at the cloud provider level where you got Microsoft, Amazon, and they're allowing you to manage blockchains on top of Ethereum. So I think that is what is building some solid baseline for Ethereum. That's the logic I'm seeing. But then we get into XRP. If you know or don't know, I'm not a big fan of XRP. It's just, again, similar moves like the down moves, the extreme down moves, as you can see here. And as a result, you would, if you hung on that trade too long, you would have been out. But as I've been trying to highlight here, when you get these fairly extreme wicks, usually it's a sign of something coming. Usually. But again, that's still unpredictable, but I am paying attention to those. But you can see the price level here. It's been a steady trend up. It does do a very similar pattern this time around, but I don't know. I mean, if you saw the price of XRP, it's very small. But then you get into the level of Bitcoin here, and this is what we need to start really paying attention to, are these target levels. Okay, a week ago we were at below 7,000. Now we're talking at 9,000 at level 1 here, right there. And then that's what's predicted if it does hit. Now, will it drop off from historical patterns? Probably. Well, I shouldn't say that. With the new Facebook Libra crypto announcement, we can probably expect at least Bitcoin and probably Ethereum to drive up for the next few days because of the hype around Facebook and this new cryptocurrency, because of how that most likely could be a new standard in crypto. But I don't think a lot of the exchanges like Kraken, Binance will carry and allow you to support or trade this new Facebook. There's two ways we can go with it. It'll either be a colossal failure among other Facebook proprietary technologies, like I don't know if you remember their mobile OS that they try to build on top of Android. Where is it today? Nowhere. So we could maybe say that this new cryptocurrency that Facebook will build will potentially fail, or people will actually use it. I don't think people will use it. When you're competing against PayPal as well, they are getting the backing of like Uber, Visa, MasterCard, but that's not sustainable. When you look at, I can do the same thing with Apple Pay as well, right off my phone. So it doesn't really make sense to me. But I will say that Ethereum is the one to watch for the very, very long term. But to transact with, I'm talking about. But in terms of Ethereum, I think, Bitcoin has a really good short-term future. Long-term, I don't know. But I heard a lot of the mainstream future markets are now adding Bitcoin, and it is proving, especially now it's hit at 9,400, that they are looking at as a safety haven because it legitimizes Bitcoin at the institutional level, and that could be a potential for institutional capital to come in and to drive up the price. So that could happen, but we'll see towards July. I think when what's it called, BAC comes online as well. But you know, I'm feeling pretty good about the overall crypto space. I think there'll be a lot of other coins dropping off, but there will be the interim intraday trading opportunities. One other thing I'll also highlight here is that there's been talk now, I've talked about it myself, where as I bring the mean reversion strategy online with a pair trading, and all it does is daily. I just listened to Bloomberg again today, and they're saying, well, we can't even rely on the daily data because it's too noisy. So then they go to weekly and even monthly data. So I find that kind of bizarre, and just to remove a lot of that volatility or noise in the market at not just now at the intraday level, but at the daily level too. So something else to consider. But things are looking good. We'll see what happens. I think Bitcoin, outside of Facebook, the Facebook Libra announcement, I think you could expect the Bitcoin price to drop, but with the hype of the Facebook coin, this should drive up the price of Bitcoin over the next few days, short term. That's pretty well it. Hopefully this will help you out, and we shall talk to you later. Have a good day.